As a Christian husband, I let my wife make decisions. Not to certain people, they will just say, yeah, I do too. And then there's another group of people that would say, no, you are the man of the household. You need to lead, you need to make the decisions. Well, this video is to the husbands mostly, but I know the wives are going to get some wisdom out of this message as well. This video is for the men who read the Bible and they know they are leaders of the household. They know that they need to make decisions, and they are making decisions, but they find themselves going to the wives for that second approval. Oh, I'm going to talk to my wife about this. Oh, I need to see if my wife's okay with it. And like I said, there's a group of people that are like, I do that. I ask my wife about every decision. I want us to be on the same page. And there's a group of people that say, you can make the decision without your wife. You're the man of the household. You're the leader. You could definitely, you don't need her approval. And so I listen to those group of people, and I have these group of people, and then I get confused. And I know that the Bible is black and white. It's not confusing, and it can be confusing sometimes. In my church that I go to, we're going over Revelation, and there's parts in Revelation where I'm kind of confused. However, in this message, I am trying to relay that as men, it is okay to go to your wife about things. It's okay to make decisions with her, because one, I'm gonna give you an example. Before my wife, my finances were not good. As in, I had debt and my spending habits were horrible, to be frank. And when my wife and I got married, she was teaching me how to be frugal. She was teaching me how to be smart with my finances. And I had to go to her about certain things like, hey, honey, can we get this? And she'll tell me, "No, we don't need that. We already have a version of that at home, or we don't need it. It's not a necessity." If I was a man of God that said I read, I'm the leader of the household, I make decisions, then I would have put our finances in the hole. I would have made matters worse. However, I found myself self-aware and saying, hey, I need help. And my wife, she is an expert in this matter. So I'm going to ask her about certain things in this regard. And instead of being prideful, or instead of saying, hey, God has called me the leader of the household, I'm the man, I make decisions, I don't even ask my wife, I also know I have to be wise. I have to be discerning. I have to look myself in the mirror and say, I still need help in this area. And so it is wise to go to your wife about the things that she might be better at you in. And it says in the Bible, it says to become one. So right now, we together are one. There's some areas that she is really good at and that she's bringing into the marriage, and there's some things that I'm really good at and I'm bringing to the marriage. But there's some things that she's not really good at that she needs help in, that I can help her in, and there's some things that I'm not good at that I need help in. So to the husbands, it's okay to ask for help. Ultimately, in the marriage, in my marriage, I always say, did you ask God first? I need to, in order for my wife to submit to me and be okay with the decisions that I make, she has to be confident that I'm going to God first, that I'm looking into the Bible where this scenario can, that what wisdom I need in Proverbs, or what story I can relate the situation that's happening in our life now. She needs to be confident that I did that first before I go to her. So that way the conversations look like this. Hey God, hey honey, I pray to God and I asked God about this. I was trying to look in the Bible, but I couldn't find it in the Bible. Or it could be like, hey God, or hey honey, we're gonna make this decision, and yeah, I'm making a decision without your say. But the reason why I'm making a decision without your say is because in the Bible it says this. And when I say it's in the Bible and it says this, she knows that ultimately God is making a decision, that we are listening to God in that area. But if I don't go, it's not, if I go, hey, we're making this decision, but I don't have anything to back it up. I have no wisdom to back it up. I have no word, no verses in the Bible, no story that I can relate to when it comes to, or I don't say, God, I went to God, I didn't pray about it. Then she's not going to feel confident that the decisions that I'm making for our family is in the Lord. So we have to do that first as husbands. We have to go to God first. We have to go and we have to read our word. We have to be familiar with the word. So that when we do make decisions, our wives can know without a doubt that we went to God, we prayed, and that we opened the Bible and we read to see with the wisdom. And then we can say, hey, we're making this decision because it says this in the Bible. We're making this decision because I pray to God and God has led me to do this. He's confirmed to me. I asked him to confirm to me. He confirmed to me that we're doing this. We as husbands lead, but we lead because we are following the Lord. He is ultimately our leader. So our lives have to be focused. He is the center. And there's things that we have to do. There's things that fall on us spiritually. And I know it can be daunting sometimes that we want to make the best decisions for our family. And I get it. I feel that 1,000%. I want to make sure, I want to be so certain that I heard from God or I saw this in the Bible. So that way I know that it's God's backing in it. But that's just me trying to be controlling. So I'm going to give you some peace. I'm going to give you some things that I do so that way you don't have to feel overwhelmed. First, pray. Always pray. You have to be in prayer. Second, read the Bible. I know I sound like I'm repeating myself, but I'm giving you practical steps. Now, after you prayed and after you read the word and you looked in the word and you're like, man, I'm just not hearing from God. I don't see it in the Bible. I'm not hearing. He's not being clear. I always go to this proverb. It says in this proverb, I believe 13:14 or 14:13. I always mix up the two. It says, there's a way that seems right, but it ends in death. So then I go to that verse in the Bible. So if I don't hear from God and I can't find a verse in the Bible, I lean to that proverb where it says, there's a way that seems right, but it ends in death. So then I look at the situation. Is there a way that seems right? And if it does seem right, I don't go that way because it said it ends in death. And then you say you checked off one, you checked off two, and you checked off three. You're like, hey, I prayed, I went in the Bible, I'm using the verse, I'm still confused. Then my suggestion is to go to your wife. There's some things that my wife and I were going back and forth, not in arguing sense, but like we just weren't seeing eye to eye on a certain decision that we need to make. So we both pray and we both go in the Bible. And there's some times where after continuing to pray and continuing to get in the Bible, God is telling me so clearly, you know you're wrong in this. Your wife is making the wiser decision. But you are being closed-minded. You are thinking about it in this way. And he tells me that I am wrong. And so then there will be the conversations where I'm having with my wife and I'm like, hey, honey, like, I know that I was so strong about this that I didn't want to do that, but I'm here to say I'm sorry. God was talking to me, and he's basically saying that you were right. And I know she was like, oh my gosh, let's go, I'm right. No, she's not that way. I'm just joking here. And the same thing with my wife. She would come to me, and she would say, God was speaking to me, and he was saying that we need to follow your lead. That's what it looks like when a husband and a wife are seeking God first. Because ultimately, she's gonna check me. She's gonna go to God and say, God, like my husband is wanting to make this decision. Is this from you? She's gonna go into the word and say, honey, it says plainly that we're not supposed to be doing this. That's what it looks like about having a man lead a household. It takes two. Yeah, ultimately, you can say, honey, we're doing this. And ultimately, a wife is supposed to submit to her husband. She's supposed to go. But I'm trying to have you be a husband, or not have you. I'm just submitting this as like a way that how I'm doing my marriage. Like, you don't have to listen to me at all. I'm just saying, if you struggle in this area about making decisions and leading, this is what helps me. These things is going to make your wife confident that you are making the right decisions, because she is confident that you are being focused, or you are having God be your center. And that's why I'm giving you pray, read the Bible. Make sure that you can find it in the Bible. If you're praying, you're not hearing from God, you can't find it in the Bible, then look at Proverbs 13:14 or 14:13, where it says there's a way that seems right, but it ends in death. So look at the situation. Does it seem right? Is there a path that seems right? Don't go that path. And all 1, 2, 3 doesn't work, then go to your wife, talk to her, say, honey, I'm just trying to make the decision for our family in the right direction. I'm not hearing from God. Can you pray on this decision? Can we join together? Can we hold hands and say, God, we're not hearing from you? And then wait, be patient. Don't expect answers right away. And it's okay to make the wrong decision. I've made wrong decisions, and God in his grace has turned things around and made it better than I could ever imagine. So don't beat yourself up that you're leading your family the wrong way. Just focus on God. And like it says in Matthew 6:33, seek first the kingdom, and all these things will be added to you. If you can confidently say that I'm seeking first the kingdom, then don't stress. Do not, the decisions are going to come as they come. Don't beat yourself up. I know you love your family. I know you love your wife, and I know you want to succeed as much as I thought about Eric Thomas, the motivational speaker, that you want to succeed as much as you want to breathe. But make sure that you put your pride aside and do not lead your family to the path that they were never meant to go, because you were like, I'm a man. I make decisions without my wife because God says that I'm the leader of the household, so they have to follow me. If I felt that way, I would have led our marriage down a financial path that we probably would be hard to come out of. But I submitted to God and and I discerned that my situation, that my wife was better at me in finances than I was. So I had to take the pride aside. I had to be humble and say, teach me, honey, because you obviously know more about this than I do. I wasn't, no. I said, I need help. Teach me, and let's do this together. That's how you move forward in your marriage, and that's how you move forward in your family, and that's how you lead as a husband. That's how you do it. And I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that my way is perfect. I'm just saying that with countless prayers and countless going into the word and making mistakes, that this is the way that God has shown me to lead my family. Because I've done the mistakes, and I don't want you to make the mistakes that I've made. And if you already made those mistakes, it's okay. It's okay. Learn from them and move forward. Paul says to forget about the past and keep running. So just forget about it. Keep running. All right. Thank you guys for staying to this part of this video. It means the world to me. If you guys gained some wisdom, comment down below what the Holy Spirit was speaking to you about. If you could think of someone, say, hey man, I was just talking to my friend about this. I was talking to my coworker about this. Oh, I remember that. Copy the link, send it to them, say, hey, been thinking about you. And lastly, I just want to say thank you for staying to this part of the video. It means the world to me. And I just want to say, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.